is the Legion.
All black with a war scarf and a headband with a gold lion. Black Wesson with a new trigger. Bullets hit you, have your soul flying. No lying, no cap. We ain't about to take no shit. Lead the truth, you a fucking coward. You talking down, that's whole shit. You niggas and bitches don't open your mouth, you saying too much. Need to shut the fuck up. Fuck around and get touched. This 40, I clutch it and bust it. No talking in the discussion, you got yourself into this mess. Niggas say less. Fuck it for me and my brothers is nothing. We pull up in public. Niggas is clowns and jokes. We ready for all the smoke. Niggas ain't about that life. When shit get real, all you niggas get ghosts. Put you in their place. You ain't got nothing to say when killers is right in your face, bitch. Me and my niggas are ready to die. Just stay out our way, bitch.
My niggas are ready to kill. No camp, no stamp having ass niggas, man. Don't believe the dick down this marriage ass bitches, man. Stay out of our way, man. You niggas wanna take our doctrine and then bust it out and then try to come at us, nigga. You niggas either cross the line or get the fuck out, nigga. Ain't no love. Ain't nothing to talk about. Either stay out of our way, either move or get moved, either roll or get rolled over. One West, what the fuck is up? Pull your skirt down or put your nuts up. Fuck is you, nothing new, you gon' fucking lose if you fuck with us. I step in the booth for the love of the hood. I'm in the truth and I'm fucking the good. Man, I wish a motherfucker would. All black with a die. Plus I fucks with die. No, nigga, ain't no unity camp, no Allah, no fa-la-la. So you can go run your fucking mouth. You can go do what the fuck you want, but you know what it is in this fucking house. One West, nigga, what we about? Warfare, go there, so clear. Hold it there, hit the map again, kick back a bit. Got this shit, sit back, bitch. You ain't got nothing to say, no discussion, nigga, no fussing. Nigga, go and bust it, be a hoe and rush and do whatever, take it the fuck out the way you're gone.
My niggas are ready to kill, nigga. Mind your business and chill, nigga. Just hey. My niggas are ready to die. We trust in the Most High, nigga. Just hey.
You are now tuned in to the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. We the watchmen over our people. You understand? We taking over every block, every radio station, every social media platform. Black Watch.
Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. U.P.K, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. U.P.K, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still U.P.K, still undefeated. Still One West, still keep the heat up. Still in the streets, still on the block. My people need healing, priests and prophets, bring it out. Black Watch. The white man is the devil, drop dead and kick rocks. Blood of an Israelite, this for the 12 tribes. I'm a soldier, motherfucker, so I'm ready to block. Cross the line, play with your life. Now who they talking about that U.P.K? Long beards and them niggas with them boots and braids. Raising up the children of Israel every goddamn day. Warfare, angry black men with rage. U.P.K, motherfucker. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. U.P.K, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black Watch. U.P.K, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out.
Still in the hood, in the field, in the streets, still trying to wake our people up. Even though they sleep, we the sheep being led astray by these wicked bastards. Whitey the devil push their agenda through these Christian pastors. Throw us in the ghettos, we adapt to that. Fuck them 40 acres in the mule, they can have it back. U.P.K soldiers on the rise and we ain't having that. In the kingdom we gon' rule the earth, just imagine that. Fuck Obama, fuck Trump and fuck Biden. The righteous and wicked forever colliding, it will not stop. And when we get the order, then we riding. When the warlords come outside, them devils hiding. Nigga, Black watch.
Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out. Still in the hood with the ox, setting up zones every block. Protectors of the people, Black watch. UPK, them priests and prophets, we gon' bring it out.
Young Billy.
Black watch.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head off, nigga.
Pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the fear. If revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jacob. So time war, we gon' run the summer. It's gonna be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. As who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand it. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Six shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite that hand and feet, so you will never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody won't be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
When you look at life, there's only one truth, not multiple truths. That means truth ain't even true. You understand? And what is that truth? That the lost 12 tribes of Israel shall reign on earth, man. You understand me? We need hope, but we got it. Let's go.
When them warriors come out, endure to the end, just for the blood of my eye.
I'm talking about
Protectors of the people, Black watch.
Black watch.
Cry out, spare not one, where's my casket drop? When them warriors come out, baptized to the fire, you a coward, you won't make it out. And fuck the Christian church, you bitches falling off. It's real together, the no finish out.
Oppression make a wise man mad, so I put on all black. Then I took my ass to class. I was mobbing with the gas. Fringes out the window while I'm fucking up the air. Garment on my body looking like a couple rat. One West, we the motherfucking best. UPK against the world, ain't no motherfucking sweat. Israel come together, keep a shovel. White man is the devil, blaze on them UPK sweater in any weather. Told y'all bitches fuck with us and we gon' bring it back in blood. Why my cup empty, I'ma need 2 cups. How the strong, how the women, UPK, we one up. Ain't easy in the streets of Hebrew like me. Harassed by police, no justice, no peace. Penitentiary, drug in our community. Knee up on our neck, officer, we can't breathe. And fuck the Christian church, you bitches, white supremacy. Know what I'm talking about? When them warriors come out, endure to the end, just for the blood of my eye. Know what I'm talking about? Protect us of the people, Black Watch. Black Watch. Cry out, spare not one, where's my casket drop? When them warriors come out, back out to the fire, you a coward, you won't make it out. Fuck the Christian church, you bitches falling off. It's we're together, the North and the South.
Hey, when the warrior come out, yeah, blade belt on you, get the sword to your mouth. And there's some holes in this house. All I smell is straight pussy boy stuck up on the couch. Lot of talk, lot of hate. Oh no, we not alike. I was born with a chopper, on a tiger with the stripes. Hey, use a zebra cake, girl. Oh, coon ass, cool love oppressors more than yours. I'ma kick that shit one west. Fringes on my fucking vest, spikes all up on my head with that shit around my neck. Yeah. I got some bad bitches too. I ain't focused on them hoes, all I want is my doubloons. Boots laced to the ground while you laced off some drugs. Using easy ass kill cause you're so emotional. And impeccable with it. Your lifestyle is unacceptable living. Sorry baby, but these boys gotta hit us. I'm going to cabin, I'll be gone for a minute, you know.
When them warriors come out, endure to the end, just for the blood of my eye. Protect us of the people, Black Watch. Black Watch. Cry out, spare not one, where's my casket drop? When them warriors come out, back out to the fire, you a coward, you won't make it out. Fuck the Christian church, you bitches falling off. It's we're together, the North and the South.
On me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. They keep it real with niggas, man. Most of y'all frauds. Leave like you frauds. Y'all pussy niggas won't ride for your dog. Right at your man and put the dagger right in his heart. I'm playing my part. Definitely I'm playing it smart. And if I don't get you, then I'm coming for your brother then. Or his mother then. It's kind of crazy revenge settling. They sold and murdered the natives when they was settling. Coming in out of the water that they was fishing in. I was raised in hell. It got dark when I was pedaling. White man harassing the block when we was pedaling. White man who also was the plug when we was pedaling. I would never fraud if I was on David Letterman. This is UPK and no job is your best. When the Christ come back, I'm gonna ride on your ass. Got the Johnny Walker in me, and I'm all in my bag. I'm on my Friday the 13th with the gun and the mask. Ah, who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night. Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was fighting wars day and night.
Hey yo, the Carbonaccio, fucking doing crazy like they destined on the Flacco. Righteous on the block though, the beat I catch a ride, but I always miss my stop though. Beefing with my shorty till I stuck it in the taco. Who's that creeping through my window? I ain't with the complications, I'ma keep it simple. Burn all black dicky to the timbo. You gon' find exactly what you looking for in limbo. We gon' get it in though. Experience I live from 2036. I see my brother when it's been done. Every day I think about the trouble that I slid from. That's why I call a white man the devil because he is one. It's not a motherfucker, I think we should just forgive. That act right, gave a nigga reason to live. Give you extra if you take it back or you renege. See him creeping, no Newport, I squeeze the cig.
Who's that creeping through my window? 40 on me like I'm Winslow. Hit that nigga with that act right. I was
I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yohanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. What's going on, Israel? ISUPK.com is the website. I'm Commanding General Yohanna. I got the helm. Let me tell you something. I love saying that every week. I say that every week, and I never get tired of saying it. I say it every week. I never get tired of saying it. I got the heavy hitters in the building with me tonight. General Muhammad, General Marka Alaka, General Hazayan, and I got Officer Marah, Officer Yadai, doing what they do best, holding us down with the other brothers coming in. I got to accept you on TikTok. Okay, come on. Y'all come on around. Y'all can come up in here and jump in here. Because you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's do it. So we in the building tonight. Welcome to the show. We doing it every week. A lot's going on. Come on with it. What you need? Whatever you need. Just come on through. You got it. What? Yeah. You die hooking us up, getting us straight on this whole TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like we getting caught up to the new technology, as they say. Bring it. You got to mute them phones though, don't you? Got with all this feedback. So anyway, we're gonna get up into it tonight. We got a lot of good stories tonight. A lot of things happening. They finalizing the trip to England. Listen, if you're trying to go with us, first of all, let me just tell you this. If you're trying to go with us to London, the tickets are limited. They're very limited. There's not a lot of tickets. So we're going to let you know because the castle, it only holds a certain amount of people. Okay? But we got the castle, but it only holds a certain amount of people. So start putting your money together now. Start getting your passport. You're going to need about $1,500 to $1,700 for this trip. I'm telling you that right now. From start to finish, you're going to need minimum $1,500 for airfare to get through the castle. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need about that. You know what I mean? So let's get ready to get it on for that. That's going to be big, holding it down. Am I missing anything else? What else we doing this week? What else happening in camps this week? A lot of camps hit the street. A big shout out to Captain Azanaya up there in Syracuse. What a beast. What a beast, man. Putting it down up out there, man. I could go crazy on that list, man. You know what I'm saying? I could go crazy on that whole list. Because yeah, go ahead. Slide the cameras out a little bit. All right. Let's get these cameras out. How about like right there? Perfect. All right, let's get it on. So the camps was beasting this week. You know what I'm saying? They were doing a whole lot. Philly was strong. Did y'all see the Philly camp? Philly camp was deep. Philly trying to take over the city. Philly camp was deep this week. So they were strong. A lot was going on, man. Anything else I'm missing? No? We're going into it? Let's get into it because we got some stories tonight, man. That's going to be rocking. So let's do it. Where are we going first, you die?
So like I said, if I may.
First things first, sir, if I may, I would like to stand here before you as a precinct officer 5000 Godino, formally apologize, sir, for interrupting you last week.
Oh, ain't no sweat.
It was not my
yeah,
place.
tighten that thing on your mic.
Oh, come on, sir. Salaki.
Yeah.
Oh,
ain't no. Go ahead, Salaki.
Yeah, Salaki, sir. Salaki, if I may, sir, I want to apologize to you, Commander Gen.YAHANNA.
Most
it was not my place to interrupt you while you were speaking.
Most
that will never happen again, sir.
Most on Christ. The water. I appreciate it.
Bar,
yeah, now let's get it on. Come on, see how we do it in the UPK, y'all. See how we do it up and give it up for your dime, man. See how we do it, man. Brotherhood is a weapon. Y'all ain't open up with me. Hold it, man. Y'all in violation, Marah. Y'all ain't open up with that joint this week, man. That joint is the hit for this week. You know what I'm saying? Brotherhood is a weapon. So, look, that's how we do up in here. You know what I'm saying? We fix it when it's wrong. That's what men do. Am I wrong on that? That's how men handle their business, man. When somebody error, you just straighten it out. It ain't that big a deal. You know what I'm saying? And we keep it pushing up in here and keep doing it. And once again, that's why we keep winning, man, because we real with it. This ain't no fakeness. This is realness. These cats are serious and sincere. Go ahead. You gonna say what?
It just bring me to, like Gen.YAHANNA's class tonight. He taught how you always taught us, the greatest trooper is the greatest general. You know what I'm saying? Like they
grace and mercy of the Most High.
And service. And with what your daddy just did, listen, it blows my mind, but then I look and say, well, hell, that's what Christ taught us. Commander Gen.YAHANNA calls me sometimes, Salaki, and apologizes to me about something he believes he's done to me.
I be trying to get right.
I say, sir, don't sweat that. I didn't even remember. No, I didn't. And
good.
Sir, I never was a fan. I never.
Most High Christ.
But it just show you. Then I hang up and say, what kind of general is this?
Salaki,
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
He's supposed to be in charge.
Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Let me tell y'all, let me tell you something. Next to Christ, the greatest king we ever had was King David. And King David said in the Psalms, I'm not sure where, but I'm sure if somebody wanted it, we could find it. But David said in the Psalms, he said, Lord, my sins are ever before thee. Like a cat that say that out, as vicious as David was, right or wrong, as powerful as David was, for David to say, my sins are ever before you. That means he had a ridiculous conscience about doing what was right. You know what I'm saying? He was like, it was super important to him that he did what was right. That's why the prophet got him. When the prophet came to check him about that error he made, you see how he got it, right? He got him because he was like, there's a man who got one ewe lamb, and they done took his land, and David mad and sick like, what? Oh, fuck that nigga. Excuse. Oh, shoot. Salaki, y'all. I will do him in. And then the prophet said, that was you. And it crushed him. He was, you know what I mean? He said he was on the floor for 2 weeks. Behind that, because that's the conscience he had, man. And let me tell you something, man. Serving Yahushua, we should strive for that. Because, okay, in this world, it's not, it looks, it's like a sucker that you care about apologizing to someone. It's like you lowering yourself. But in the truth, the Lord see it and will raise you up. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be the opposite. It look like I ain't sure. You know what I mean? But you should go do it because it's the opposite of this kingdom, and the Lord will zoop. Like I say all the time, like we didn't buy our way up in these seats. We got these from the Father, the brotherhood, the sacrifice, you know what I mean? The hard work that we came together in. That's how we got here. So how we going to be puffed about being here? We ain't got no reason to be puffed about being because we ain't did nothing to get here. He did it to get us here. So I try to learn that lesson, man. I'm trying to learn that lesson, you know what I'm saying? Because you could damage brothers, and Lord knows, like Paul said, last point, like Paul said, Muhammad, you always quote it for me. You know the one I'm talking about, where he said, he said, Christ died for sinners, of which I am chief. Brother, that stick with me because I know you. I know what kind of tyrant I was in the past. In the UPK, y'all forgive me out there. I was a tyrant up in here, man. In the past, You don't understand what's important. And getting with the brothers in here, getting with y'all, helped me to understand what really was important. Because I'm like any man. I wanted power, and I was all about, I'm going to throw and do, which we supposed to. We better be doing that. But we better understand how we supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? He that is greatest among you, let him be your servant. You know what I'm saying? Now out there, we're going to be a pariah on their ass. Go ahead, please.
And of course, learning that lesson from you and all the many lessons from behind me, too.
Sure.
You even able to navigate in the world with it. You know what I'm saying? Because like the scriptures say, be harmless as doves. What's the first one?
Wise as a serpent, Salakia.
So I realized, I'm thinking back to my father's funeral, how I dealt with my siblings and the people in the world. You know what I'm saying? I totally catered to them to see what was on their mind, to see what they wanted to see, and to make sure they wasn't beefing, and to make sure everything was cool.
Wow.
So we can get them in the dirt, right? And at the same time, I knew I still had to be the authority and then watch for anything coming to me or anybody trying to play anything. And it was, you know what I'm saying? It was just exercising what I've learned in here. They knew I was supposed to be in charge. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew that I was supposed to handle this, and they felt secure, even with the money. My sister, had a little beef with the other sister at the beginning.
Jake didn't come to that money.
Yeah, and I just broke it down. Listen, it got to be done like this. That's right. Let her have this. She ain't got to do this, and you this. We're going to give her, my brother Vernon, we're going to let him keep that because of this and this and this. And everybody they could breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Moses Christ, man.
Just the lessons.
Scripture say, blessed are the peacemakers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like, and listen, we don't know it yet. If you don't know it, we know it. But if you don't know it, this is going to be so valuable to us in the near future. Because like the scripture said, in the last days, man, temptation is going to come. TikTok, y'all better get ready, man. You too, Facebook, Instagram, temptation is going to come. Like the scripture say, how's it go? Men shall become lovers of themselves. Yes, in these last days, man, it's going to be cats out there that's just all for self. And you having the spirit of the brotherhood is what's going to stop all them negative forces and everybody being carried away with them negative forces. What we got in here is why we still here and strong as hell and bigger than any other group. Come on, TikTok, bigger than any other black group that's out there. We ain't get our full credit for it yet, but we will. We will, Facebook. We'll get our credit for it in due season. But what we doing now is stronger and more powerful than anything that's out there, man, because it comes from on high. So I'm going to get up off it, man. No, please.
Listen, what GEN.YAHANNA said, man, he hit it on the head. I was coming to the show. I'm listening to GEN.YAHANNA, and I'm hearing him break down about the servant and, Geno and, the greatest servant is the greatest Geno, the greatest servant, right? Trooper, right? And I thought about, how I was shown and what you showed me and the things that went on my little short time in this truth, Geno. And it amazed me how GEN.YAHANNA said, you called me one time and apologize for something you thought you did. And I said to myself, Geno, it ain't good. I'm 12. I'm good. You know what I mean? It wasn't going. It was good. And it just amazes me that you even thought about me to call me. I thought about my feelings, man. So Tawada for setting an example that you did in the U.P.K.
Most sound correct.
And you can tell it fell down, and we took it because
we in them now.
From all the generals on down, from General Hyman, General Mayok, General Shamar, General Kathumi Q, all the same thing. Captains the same thing. Officers the same thing. Like it's trickling down the example that you said. So once again, Tawada, sir.
Most high in Christ, like you know what I mean. Like that's like this is an important part of what we do. Check it now, y'all. Check it now. Am I good? I got another stand. You want another stand? I've got another. Where's that other stand at? Oh, Muhammad got that one, but there's another one. Wait a minute. I got one for you. Salah, bear with me 1 second. Let's get it on, y'all. So that was it, right? And that was a good opener, man, to add that to the brotherhood and the sisterhood and in this nation, man. For that, we can never to do good, forget not. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep on pushing it. Let's go. Where we going with it, fam?
White supremacy group Patriot Front march on Washington, D.C.
Damn. Come on with it, out.
Khan, sir. Far-right group Patriot Front took to the streets of D.C. to march towards the U.S. Capitol in the latest appearance of White Nationalist Front.
Go ahead.
Conor Wakan, sir. Approximately 200 people advanced along the National Mall on Saturday, flanked by police to keep the extremists separated from a small group of counter-protesters. According to its website, the white nationalist group claims its activism is intended to assert cultural independence founded in our European race.
In their European race?
Conor Wakan.
That's straight up white supremacy, man. That's straight up white supremacy. You TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. That's straight up white supremacy. Go ahead.
The Patriot Front made headlines last month when they descended on SatanCon in Boston, where the largest satanic gathering in history saw furious clashes between the far-right activists and religious zealots.
And it was weird, right? Because it was like the white supremacists came up against the Satanists. It was like a weird bug out. Like they wanted the other Edomites to be on board with them and not on board with Satanism, when both of them are Satanists. Go ahead,
Con, sir.
And let me just add this. Now this march they did, if I understand right, y'all get me right on this. This march was in Washington, D.C., correct?
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you something. That's significant because here we are getting ready to come back into another election cycle, and they not marching about the Democrats. They marching about white supremacy, which is what it was about from the beginning anyway. It just never revealed itself fully. Like, it's always been about race, man. And this is no different. Salaki. Go ahead, y'all.
Conor Wakan, sir. Conor Wakan. The group donned tan khaki pants and navy shirts and completed with white masks and sunglasses to hide their identities. A small number of counter-protesters gathered nearby while the nationalists could be heard chanting life, liberty, and victory.
Yeah, they're using that, but really, that life, liberty, and victory is wipe us out. Who they want victory over? Except us. And it's a damn shame that the Democratic Party is using the Lord's chosen people. Like, why are black people becoming the face of the Democratic Party and the face of those that's coming up against Trump? They trying to drag us into their fight. They would love a race riot. These Edomites would love for it to break out in war. And matter of fact, we go into the story after this of the money they raised for the guy who choked that brother to death in the subway. A straight murder on tape in a New York City subway. And the man, it took 2 weeks for them to arrest the man, TikTok. It took 2 weeks, y'all, for them to arrest the man. Okay? Give us a little more on this. Like, that's what's leading the day, man. You understand? And let me tell you something. If I could, y'all chime in and tell me if I'm wrong. If it wasn't for the UPK loving our identity, everybody would just get swept underneath. And then when these white supremacists come out, you be sitting up there saying they ignorant. Why they acting like that? They got a clear purpose for acting like that.
Yes, sir.
The problem is how clear a purpose you have to stop what it is that they want to have. I can't even understand how black people are not the biggest, can you get it? How black people are not the biggest advocates for carrying guns. Like, we getting killed all the time by everybody. You would think we'd be the biggest advocates. Instead, we the opposite. Talk about brainwashing. Go ahead, you die. Slocky. Y'all chime in anytime y'all get ready, please.
Conor Wakan, sir. Large American flags, megaphones, and shields were also present as members of the Patriot Front marched. It is unclear if the men were armed as they descended on Washington, and there are currently no reports of injuries or arrests.
They don't even know if they was armed. Talk about being a Caucasian man. You be a Caucasian man, you can go in Washington, D.C., and they ain't even going to know if you armed in a protest and nobody say nothing. And nobody say nothing. I don't understand why we so sleep. And I don't understand why you don't even see the whole purpose of the UPK yet. I don't know why you ain't totally walking with the UPK. Like that murder, that was a straight murder on the New York City subway. and the Caucasian race backed them up 100%. Was down with them. Go ahead, Op.
Conor Khan, sir. The group was escorted through the National Mall by police to keep the extremists away from the counter protesters who screamed at the mask-wearing zealots while they paraded through the city.
And they had white masks over their faces. We got any pictures? I'd like to see these white masks they had on. Yeah. And while you clowning and playing, man, getting high, this is what they doing. And by the way, that harness he got on is a World War I tactical harness. He's trying to say he's a classic soldier. That's a World War I paratrooper harness from the United States Army. Right or wrong?
You are totally correct, John. That's exactly what it is.
And he's wearing this in Washington, D.C. at a protest. Nobody checking to see if he got a weapon on. He wearing an open military harness. Nobody checking Facebook. Nobody checking to see whether or not these cats is on. They got weapons. They itching for a fight. They itching to take you out. And instead, you join in the political side that's really about nothing. Like we're gonna be the party, we're gonna be the people that fight for somebody's sexual orientation while the world is crumbling. While they firing missiles back and forth to everybody in the world, we're gonna be the ones fighting to make sure you get your right pronoun or your right adjective. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Come on with it, TikTok. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be the one, we're gonna be the one making sure your proper adjective is in. I don't see Haas here on TikTok. He's on?
No, sir, no.
Oh, you're not on. Okay, go ahead. All right, let's keep him pushing. We got more on that? Oh, please get in. Y'all chime in, you man.
Give me Ezekiel 13 and 4. Give me 13 and 4. Because, you know, the reason why they're able to do this, how I commit GEN.YAHANNA to bring it out, because our leaders. Like, ain't nobody said it. Like, we pray because we ain't got nobody leading us or protecting us like how they should be. The job of a leader is to protect your people, right? Especially if you're a spiritual leader. Like, it's a story in the Bible where a prophet warned the king of Israel of the king of Syria trying to attack him and trying to ambush him. So when he went to the leader of Israel, the king of Israel, and told him what's going on, he escaped danger not once, not twice, but many times, right? Where's our leaders telling us how to escape this danger?
That's right.
But yeah, and where are they at speaking out about the danger going on? This should be an outrage. It's clear this man was murdered outright. That's clear. But he acted like he did something wrong to get killed. So now he was justified in being killed. Well, that was murder. Hands down. Anybody know a choke move gonna kill you. Everybody know that. So where are your leaders at? We're the ones who's supposed to protect you. The ones who put in office. That's why I tell you that vote is a joke, man.
Yeah.
You elect these leaders to protect you, to pass laws to protect you, and we still being murdered in the street at a very high rate. Ain't nobody saying that. Well, God's saying something, man. Give me Ezekiel 13 and 4 real fast. Read 4 and 5, you die.
Conor Wakan, sir. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert.
Meaning, you know what a fox is? The fox is something that's slick and don't want to be seen. They run and hide from you, very hard to catch. That's a fox. That's your leaders. They hiding behind their money, their position. They ain't really out here trying to help you like a fox in the desert. Hard to be seen. That's our leaders. Right now, it should be somebody standing up about what happened to that young man and how unjust that was. But after I.S.U.P.K, who else is talking about? Nobody, man. Ain't not even bringing it up. Keep on reading, brother.
Ye have not gone up into the gaps.
What's the gaps? The gaps is the ghetto, the barrio, the reservation. That's the gaps. Where we live at. Where we being preyed upon at. Ain't nobody going down there protecting us, man. Instead, what you do, you let them give you some money and they be gentrifying where we live at. Taking our homes from us, fixing things up in the ghetto in the hood, and charge us triple the rent to live there now. You're not in the gaps protecting us. And that goes for every leader. Talk about voting tomorrow, May 16th. Vote for what? What change have we ever had in this country? What change has helped us? None. What the heck you voting for? Keep on reading, brother.
Colonel Khan, sir. Neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
You know what a hedge is protection, man. Like you got a hedge. Like if I got a grass, a garden, and I just got it manicured or done, that hedge is to protect that area, right? That's the point of the hedge. Who protecting us, like we said before? Who protecting us, man? Somebody show us. Who protecting us? If we have protection, people will be scared of doing any kind of harm or hurt to us because they know it's a backlash to it. That cat on that train, that young brother, was murdered. And the cat who did it had no fear of repercussion. He had none. Didn't nobody tap him and say, listen, man, stop choking that brother.
Right.
Nobody even try to tap. One guy talked to him. Where are you tough cats at and talk all that tough S-H-I-T, sugar, honey, iced tea? Where you at? Oh, y'all tough on the train doing X, Y, Z. How come I ain't stopped that man from killing that man, man? Nobody even tapped the cat on the shoulder. Nobody even said, listen, man, if you put your hand off him, I'm going to put my hands on you. Nobody said nothing like that there, man. And because you didn't, he got killed. And he did it because he know ain't no backlash. He know y'all not going to say nothing to him. That part got stopped, man. Keep on reading.
Colonel Khan, sir. To stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
The battle here, man. Whether you want to realize it or not, the battle was here. And because we ain't got no leaders in the leading the charge, you know, that you see, the one that you elect, whatever they say, you do. They quiet on the issue, you quiet on the issue. They don't say nothing, you don't say nothing. And they not saying that because you know why they ain't saying nothing? It's going to affect their money, man. This is about money for them. It ain't about you and your welfare and what's good for you. It's about your money, man. And they don't want to piss their mask off. That's what it's about, man. Well, the Lord, listen, let me tell you something, man. The Lord will raise up some men in the I.S.U.P.K. We're going to say something. Yeah, man, we're going to put the protest up how the Lord said for it to be. And we're going to speak against the evil that's going on with us, man. It need to be done. It need to be said. Because if it was done and said the right way, that cat would have thought twice. Let me tell you something. The same thing he did, sir, is the same thing that Dylan Roof did down in South Carolina.
Yep.
Same thing. That same cat, what's the cat in Buffalo, who scouted out the area and then went and killed everybody because it was a soft target. Same thing he did as well.
Yeah. And behind him, if I could, Kyle Rittenhouse was in the Midwest, but he's talking about up in Boston, right?
Yeah, up in Buffalo.
Up in Buffalo. Yeah. And also, too, Muhammad brought up Bernard Getz. This situation where this brother got killed is exactly like the not Bernard Getz. Was it Bernard Getz? Yeah, Bernard Getz. But Bernard Getz murdered a brother did he murder him? He killed one, paralyzed the other, right? He killed one, paralyzed the other. You know what I mean? He went and murdered a brother, man, and shot these brothers up and claimed that he did it. Listen, illegal gun and everything, claimed self-defense, and they was harassing some woman and had a screwdriver. Come to find out, none of that was true. Like, they itching to put hands on the Lord's chosen people, man. I didn't mean cut you off.
No, sir.
They itching to put hands. And here's the thing, man. This is what I don't understand. Y'all get me right on this. Is the Black and Latino community voicing how much money was raised for the man that murdered this brother? And the whole atmosphere with celebrities. Let's read the story if we could, you die.
Yes, sir.
Real quick. We're going to run through these stories. But you got to see how much love this Edomite is receiving. And meanwhile, meanwhile, I wonder if our people are seeing this or it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, you die, please. And y'all get in.
Colonel Wakan, sir. Jordan Neely death. Marine vet Daniel Penny's defense fund grows by staggering amount in one day.
Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir. New York City Marine veteran Daniel Penny's defense fund grew by almost $500,000 in a day to over $1.5 million after he was charged in the subway chokehold death of an erratic homeless man.
Which means they gave him $1.5 million the minute he got charged. They ain't sent him nothing before he got charged. But now that he got charged, they trying to make sure he goes free, which he would have gone free if it hadn't made the news. And I don't know why we're not outraged over it. We'll show you black politicians are whores. Because why aren't we outraged that this cat gets 1.5 million? They telling you, millions of Edomites are saying, we hate you. We glad when somebody kills you. Right or wrong? We glad when somebody wipes you out. And no, he shouldn't be charged. That's how much they sick of us. And brother, if given the opportunity, our sons and daughters going to die. If not for the Lord, we would die. You got to put it on mute. Okay, came back on. Okay, do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, we would be dead because this is really, like, you ain't got to wonder, well, it's a little bit of, partiality on the part of the Edomites, or some people are still old. Like what they say, that some people are still stuck in the past. Some people haven't made it to modern times. All that's a lie. All that's a lie. 1.5 million for his defense fund. And what a punk. What a punk. This is a feeble, half-hungry, schizophrenic Jake dressing up like Michael Jackson to try to make a few dollars, and you choke him to death. And I'm still waiting to see what he did. Did they say? Like, what did he do? Are they saying, what did he do? Now, and the fact that they didn't charge him, but now they came back and charged him. Well, what is it that they said the reason they charged him for? Is it in the story you die at all? Why did they charge him? Like this right here, this is a wake-up call for us. And New York City is supposed to be the liberal city, ain't it? Ain't that supposed to be the liberal one? Ain't so liberal after all. You understand? This here. Can we play this? No, let's. Okay, you just freeze frame it. Can we freeze frame that? Let's just leave it on a freeze frame. And the rest of them helping in, those look like all Edomites. Am I wrong? Can't call it. It looks like it looked like all their hands are hands of Edomites. Like they was itching to do this to somebody. Itching to do this to somebody. Come on, TikTok, man. Facebook, Instagram. Tell me that's not true. Is that it on that? What we going on?
Can I tell you something?
Please, jump in.
Because I was talking to a brother, right? And man was talking about the whole gun thing, about how New York is trying to stop the gun laws where everybody can get every citizen that's lawful can get a permit to carry, right? And he said he don't want it to happen. I said, bro, why? Everybody has the right to defend themselves. And he said, I ain't worrying about the brothers. I'm worrying about them white boys. He said, you don't know, them white boys in New York are a different breed. I can see them doing it out here and killing every brother out here. And I ain't think about it what he said to just now. Just now seeing that cat, that picture right there, with him choking that cat right there. Now imagine if he didn't choke, if he had a legal way to carry a gun. Would he have shot him in the back of the head?
Most definitely.
And put him down?
But here's the messed up part, if I could, The messed up part, I'm a New Yorker. I grew up, born and raised. Mm-hmm. The messed up part is, in New York City, Edomites carry guns all the time. Mm. You die. See if you can find this story right quick, where white people in Brooklyn, the so-called was in Brooklyn buying gun permits from one police plaza. Now that's crazy. A city with 10 million people, and they had a scam where one ethnic group was getting all of the gun permits through the back door. Legal, licensed guns through the back door. See if you can find that. Come on, go ahead.
Can I read this verse?
Please get in there, bro.
This is Zechariah 11:5. Somebody, Rod the God in the chat house, have pulled this up, and it applies to everything y'all was saying and what Haas was bringing out. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You understand? Showing that, our lives just don't really matter to them.
That's right.
That's just the truth. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. You know what I'm saying?
Our own leaders don't care. That was a heavy scripture. Like our own, like our own leaders don't care. Go ahead, you die. What you pulled?
I have 2 stories, sir. One says Jewish gun owners sue New York leadership over law-bearing firearms in place of worship. And the other one says some Jews do not comply with New York's gun laws to protect their synagogues.
It's like they don't care. We just don't comply. They cursed the mayor out. Remember? They cursed the mayor out when he was coming up against them and telling them about going inside with the pandemic. They said they dared him to come down. What was his name? What's that? Bellagio, something with a B. I forget his name. Go ahead, you die.
De
Blasio, that's it. Like that cat, they told him, we dare you to come down here to Brooklyn and tell us to go inside. Like that's how they operate. So growing up in New York City, I definitely saw this all the time. They always was strapped. And that's what you call arming yourself in New York. It's like old school slang. Just for those that may not know, TikTok. I know everybody don't know, you know what I'm saying? But back then, they were the ones that were carrying all the weapons. Okay? Because, of course, Israel was getting stopped all the time. You would be stopped all the time. I mean, it was a regular routine. You was getting stopped, pulled over in the car, stopped on the subway. It was a regular thing. That's what the whole Giuliani thing was, broken windows and all that. Basically, it was a harassment move straight out of the Nazi playbook. But they didn't bother Esau. So Esau came up and did whatever he wanted to do, which was ridiculous, man. Let's keep going, y'all. Please.
Officer Nakasha going out of Atlanta sent me the video of the brother before the incident took place.
Come on, man. Let's check it out. See, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why all this videotaping on the subway and they don't have the part where they had to go after him and get it. Like what? Like where's that part of the tape? And I know it's not up on here because they're not allowing that part of the tape out because they know there was no reason to go after this brother. Go ahead, Al. If you need a minute, we'll come back to you because we're running tight on the time. A lot of stories. Come on. No, I was going to try to wait. I was going to stay on this for a second while he's pulling that up. You trying to pull that up? Okay, then let's go. Yeah, let's move on. We'll come back and look at that tape. You know what I mean? Like, we got to care about ourselves, TikTok, Facebook. We got to care about our own, man. Oh, you got it? Go ahead real quick. Let's get it in. Like, once again, like GEN.YAHANNA was bringing out earlier, part of the brotherhood is caring about this brother that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or at least being enough aware to know that we should have some care for him and every one of us the same way they got care for themselves. You understand? Like they can't, like they sent him how much? Up to $2 million for his defense fund. You telling me they don't care about him? And meanwhile, we barely got brothers and sisters even talking about what happened to him. They ain't even talking about it. Let me tell you something. They let the world know they cared from their wallet. Right or wrong? They let the world know that we care about this Edomite over this brother, and they did it without opening their mouth. They did it by dropping $1.5, $1.6 million, $2 million in his coffers for his defense. I care about you. Your kid is in college and say, man, I need some money for food. You send it to him. Why? Because you care. He needed defense. They sent him $2 million because they care. We supposed to be the same way. Our brotherhood is supposed to be strong for this brother. Go ahead, Doc.
TV Popeyes, 13 is Delta, no TV is Drake, and that's Passion. 13 is milk, Hoagie, and that's no. Don't say the Drake, 13 is milk. Food TV Popeyes, 13 is Drake, TV milk,
thirsty for food. Drink hungry, and survive. Milk, shelter. Drink hungry.
That's ever been on the subway. Subway is filled with panhandle. Ain't nobody say nothing about the different other ethnic groups that come through with the little boxes of bubble gum and all that from Southeast Asia. They always on it. They on there like a regular basis. They in every car. I think they the Moonies too. I could be wrong. Buddhists or something like that. They a whole organized religious group, and they on every subway car. Been there since I was a kid. Going on every subway car every day, all the time. You understand? Interrupting everybody's day. And of course, no problem.
And even the other passengers they interviewed said that's just part of New York. We
Right.
see this all the time. You New York subway, you're going to see the dances and the people asking for money, different things. It's normal to them. They just read their book or wait for their stop to come. But of course, you happen to have a cowboy on the
exactly.
The train.
You got Rambo on it.
Good.
He got to go mess with this cat, and then choke him to death. Like he ain't like all the stories of chokeholds by the cops, all the stories of leaning on the neck, all them stories, man. And this sociopath grabs this brother by the neck, gets him down on the ground. The brother ain't even fighting or thrashing or swinging or scratching or nothing. Two other Edomites there in case he get away. And what he do? He choke him till he can't breathe no more. Like, that's a different kind of animal. And that kind of animal, man, we had better be the nation that stands against it. Because it'd be none of us left if left to them. And listen, and there's 2 million other people out there, or some strong number of people who agree with him. That's the part I can't get past. I can't get past how comfortable they are with letting the world know to the tune of $2 million that they agree with him. TikTok, they agree with him. What does that say to us? What's in our mind? You know, like you still trying to tell me about interracial something or integration something, or we all equal, or what are you talking about? What are you talking about at that point? Go ahead, Alex.
Another example on how divided we are from Rodney King. Remember Rodney
Yes.
King? That showed division in America.
Yes, it did.
And this just shows that division is still there, even strong.
Even strong. Please, you know.
And let me tell you, and that the fact that his the brother who was murdered, the fund to bury him raised $100,000. And the fund to defend the man who murdered him is now today up to $2 million. Can you imagine in a month?
Yeah.
The trial won't be for another month.
Yeah.
In a month, they'll have $3-4 million to defend him. And it says something that should be very scary when it comes to our oppressor. Many people are afraid of black people, as you know. We're afraid of Latinos. The whole America is afraid of Latinos and afraid of black people. But stories like this should let you know how truly terrified you should be of our oppressor. Most of human nature, right? When people identify with someone else, it's because they can put themselves in their shoes.
Right.
Meaning
empathy, right?
Empathize. Meaning when they look at someone like we as black people and Latinos in the UPK, we empathize with that brother who got strangled. Because all of us know that we could have been poor.
Right.
Our cousins could have been poor. Our neighbors could be someone begging on the subway, and we identify with the man who was being strangled. And so because of that, we empathize with him, and we feel like it was wrong that he was murdered. Enough people identified with the person who strangled him that they donated $2 million with him, which means the majority of society thinks to themselves, one day I might have to strangle someone. That's what they're thinking. They're thinking, I put myself in his shoes. One day I might want to strangle someone, so I don't want to be arrested. I want to be defended, and I want the right to strangle him. And so they're going to defend him because they see life from his perspective. And that should scare you.
That's
and
him.
enough people believe in it that they donated $2 million to his defense fund. $100,000 got donated to the brother to bury him, which means so few of us identify with that poor man, that homeless man, that suffering man. We are the few, the people that could feel compassion for the poor. But there are millions of people out here. Kid Rock donated $5,000. Elon Musk, who controls what? The future? As far as I can tell.
Yeah.
He controls what? Space?
AI, space,
AI, everything,
Twitter,
everywhere. He's the Wizard of Oz, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, he donated money to this man.
Right.
So if Elon Musk identifies with him, that's scary.
Yeah.
Because Elon Musk, I think, is going to control all our lives.
In about 2 seconds.
And the way we think and talk. That should, instead of being afraid of black people, you should be afraid of the murder lust of white people, because it is intense and it's hungry. It's hungry.
Yes. That's a good point you brought too. It's hungry. It's ready to eat. And and we the food. And once again, you're going to love the I.S.U.P.K after a while, because you're going to finally realize what the Lord was doing all these years. You're going to finally realize why the Lord had us on them corners all this time, and what it is that our purpose was, which was to wake you up and to get you ready for the real spirit that's in there. And there was another good point you brought out. If I could just go back to it. Now, how you brought out how they are the majority. Like the majority of the population identifies with the man who choked a man to death, which means they want to choke you to death too. Lucky, I shouldn't be saying death. Go ahead. Yeah.
And can I say one thing? And think how irrational that is. Meaning, Elon Musk thinks he could never be drunk one night, come out of a bar. White people, you could be strangled too.
Right.
White people get drunk.
Yeah, all the time.
They drink too much and go to bars and do things they
get in
do.
fights.
They on that cocaine.
Yep.
They do things irrational. There's 1,000 situations that could cause a white man to be someone that someone else might have to strangle.
That's right.
That is not what they think. They think they will never be in the situation that poor brother is in, and they think they definitely will be in a situation where they might have to kill somebody or strangle someone. And so they support him because they identify with him, which is where support comes from. Support comes from being able to say, that could be me.
That's right.
Well, the power structure of America, the governor of Florida said he was a hero.
Dang.
And he was a good Samaritan. That's the governor of Florida.
Dang.
Once again, Elon Musk alone is
colossal.
Oz, the Wizard of Oz, who controls everybody's mind.
Yes.
And he believes in that man that strangled him, because even Elon Musk thinks he might have to kill somebody.
Or he wants to. I bet you a good majority of them just wish they could do the same thing. Wish they could wish every time they get out of their Benz or their Rolls and step out on that street corner and see that brother there begging for something and struggling, and they in their ivory tower, they thinking, I'd like to just strangle you to death too. I'd like to just choke the life out of you and all that. And let me tell you something though. I mean, if I could, now what I'm gonna say is gonna sound TikTok, Facebook, y'all don't trip on me. All right. You're gonna understand it in the end. Listen to what I'm gonna say. That feeling that they have to strangle you, you should thank the Lord for it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the whole reason that they want to strangle you deep down inside is because you will not conform like every other animal on the planet. These 12 tribes, you blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, you refuse to assimilate. How did the black community end up with a totally different culture than the white community? Because you refuse to go into their culture. You refuse to be like them. You refuse to assimilate like them. You refuse to give up your identity, your blackness. You refuse to do it, and because of it, you're a constant snare in their side. You're a constant vexation, just like the scripture said in Exodus, that the children of Israel vexed them. We vexed them because we would not conform to them. And that's why you're hated. You like Edomites love all kinds of music. But why do they hate your music? Even though you created it all, they still hate it. Not because the music is bad. They like all kinds of music. Hell, they love music because they can't make the music we make. You see them. Listen, I was growing when I was coming up in the truth. I used to go see Muhammad. You used to come with me sometime. I think you too, Maya. When we used to go to Harlem and see Chief Head Priest Yeshaya play. He used to play jazz in the club. He's an old Harlem dude. So he used to play jazz in the clubs, which was beautiful back then in Harlem before they destroyed it. It was wonderful. You could just walk into a bar in Harlem and you could see all kind of famous cats just jamming in there, you know what I mean, playing, and you sit there and have a drink and it'd be live and rocking real jazz. Anyway, sidebar. So anyway, they love that music and they look at it like it's something incredible because they know they cannot duplicate it. They can't duplicate that heavy music. So they love it. So why then do they hate your music? Why? Because really, they hate that music makes you different than them. They hate that music changes you that music keeps you from being them. They hate everything about you. That's why they hate your hair. If you notice, everything that they hate is something that they don't have or it's something that they can't duplicate. Here's a perfect example. Out of all the black businesses that they've taken over in America, why haven't they taken over the barbershops? You could open a black barbershop and there will never be an Edomite come on and knock on the door and say, we'd like to buy you out. Never. And it's a clear reason, because what's going on in that barbershop with that hair cannot be duplicated. It's something unique to you. They don't have that hair. So they don't want nothing to do with it. They want it destroyed. They want it wiped out. They were talking recently about how many sisters couldn't wear braids on the slavery. It was a big problem to where Don Lemon about 3-4 months ago was interviewing a sister that was some big executive. And she said right then to Don Lemon, she said, listen, when you told me about we were going to do this story, I tried to go in there and put the braids in my hair. And she told Don Lemon I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And he said, well, why couldn't you do it? And she said, because I know that they don't like it. And I know that it could mean my career if I do it, to be honest. She said it. She knew that it could be her career, just a hairstyle, because they hate everything about you that's unique. And here's the amazing part. You're the only one with it. The other nations don't have it. You're the only one with a unique spirit that creates the way it does, that wars the way it does, that loves the way it does, that's poetic the way it does. You're a people, like the scriptures say, you're a peculiar people, TikTok, Facebook, that's not like anybody else. And you can't get that out of you. And guess what? And it's the best blessing you could ever have. Like your blackness, your so-called blackness, your so-called Latino-ness, your so-called Native Indian-ness, it is the one thing that they can't rip out of you to end you as a people. Like you're the people who nobody could forever wipe out your culture. Like they were talking about how they had we were talking about this Saturday real quick. And we'll go to the brat after this. How the Japanese, or did we do we didn't do the brat yet, right? No, do it next. How the Japanese now are getting arms again. They're preparing for war because of all the madness going on in Southeast Asia. So they're building up their army, and they're having a problem building up their army. They're having a problem building up their army because the young Japanese men is really into Japanese anime, which is as feminine as it could possibly be. It is so feminine. And remember now, these was the samurais. These was the cats that, skink. They terrorized all of China. And now they on stage with Japanese anime. Somebody created that. Somebody took their spirit and gave them a whole nother spirit. And they're able to do that with every heathen on the earth except for you. You the one that they can't do that with. And it's a problem for them, and it is the best gift that you could ever have, because it is why we have not been wiped out here. It is why they gave $2 million against you, because they know that thing that's in you that they can't never, ever get you to give up. They would rather wipe you out with it. And it is why any nation that has ever, you go through them records, has ever had us in captivity, never could conform us, and we always came back, and they hated us for it when we did. Every time. And all the heathens round about hated us. Why? Because they all conform. Japanese used to wear Japanese garments. What do they wear now? Suits. Chinese used to wear Chinese garments. What do they wear now? Suits. All the nations do it. Even the Arabs are doing it. Everybody conforms. There's one cat that's still going to put sneakers on. He don't care. He don't understand why he can't. Because there's something in him that's better and great that can't be taken out, and you should thank the Lord for it. So that hatred that they have, I ain't mad at them over it. I'm mad at us for not recognizing, like Muhammad mentioned earlier, I'm mad at us for not recognizing how dangerous it is for us to not see what's happening to us. You know what I'm saying? For not seeing what's happening to us. And just to take it a little step further, I'm angry at the fact that we don't control our own image. Like, we should be controlling our own image. We should be deciding how the world views us. We letting somebody else tell the world who we are and how we are. And it is part of our downfall. And it's because Facebook, it's because, y'all, our leaders are prostitutes. Salaki. So let's keep going. Where we going next? Salaki. I do. Yeah, it looks like it. I.S.U.P.K. Philly. Yeah, we looking good. We rolling. Everybody, big up TikTok. TikTok, man, hit me up. Shara Renah, big shout out to you, sis, as always, holding it down. You know what I mean? Everybody else that's in there, man, hit me up, man. Let me see who up in here with me, man, on TikTok. We all right? You good? All right. We on this one as well. Oh, we got 2 TikToks. All right. Big shout out to TikTok. What's the name on this one? Generational Info on TikTok. We got that cracker-lacking as well. Jump in on that. Hey, if you want to see the full thing, go to America on Fire on YouTube. America on Fire on YouTube. Big shout out to Twitter. Big shout out to Facebook. All the Facebooks. We got a couple of Facebooks in there. Listen, this message has got to get out, man. And it's going to get out. It has to get out. It's the time for the 12 tribes to wake up, because the world coming to an end. You see what's going on now. Them Japanese building up weapons. All the Arab countries are negotiating peace with each other. That should let you know. Because what did the scripture say? When they say peace and safety, sudden destruction. So while they all saying we coming together in peace, we're going to be down with each other, we're going to work together with each other, listen, it's going to be war. It's going to be war on this earth. And guess what else the Arabs are saying? All the Arabs are saying, we coming together because we feel like China is the future, not America. That's a threat. That's a huge threat. And it might be the reason that America is pushing so much for these electric cars and stuff, because maybe they know it's coming. Maybe they know it's coming, and they know that they're trying to escape it, because they pushing hard for electric cars, hard for robots, hard for the AI. They want to get off of the juice. And the Arabs are saying that America is not the future, but that China is the future, which that's a problem. That's a major problem. And the Lord is the one whose hand is in the midst of it all. When are we going to care enough about ourselves to fix our scenario and say the hard questions? And when are we going to stop rejecting the brothers who are intolerant of some of the most heinous things that are being done to us? Why do we have to always be the apologists while everybody else is able to say and do whatever they want to do? That's not right. It's not right. We coming to the table, and you gonna make a seat for us, okay? And you're gonna hear what we got to say at the table. You understand? Because we are part of this nation, been a part of this nation. Big shout out to every I.S.U.P.K camp that have held this truth down, man, so long. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mean to jump all over it, man. We going on? Y'all good?
So yes, sir.
Come on with it. Let's get some more.
The brat apologizes for sperm donor comments.
Run the comment for me, bro. Because this is, I can't even understand this. This is insane. Go ahead,
Conor Khan, DeBrat has faced backlash for comments she made during a recent interview on an appearance of Tamron Hall. The musician and her wife, Judy Dupart, talked about their difficulties finding a sperm donor. However, DeBrat raised a few eyebrows when talking about the final choices available to them. Edna.
Yeah, the difficulty is because you want this.
I had no idea.
Without the donor. That's the difficulty. It's easy to get a sperm donor if you go get a donor.
So,
see what I'm saying? The Lord created the mechanism for the donation and everything. You know what I mean? You got a mechanism, you know, that you don't even need a lab. Hell, you barely need a park bench. Hell, you barely need whatever, and you could get all the donations you want of sperm in this evil place. But you having difficulty, Salakia. Okay, you seem to be good though. No? Yeah, yeah.
Mine's been gone for like
it's up to you. Whatever you need to do, just come on and do it. Oh, hand it to you? Okay. Like that's why it's a problem. I'm sorry though, but let's keep reading. You want somebody else read it? You good? Okay. Salakia on that. Let's keep going because this is crazy, man. You got footage of her saying it? Oh man, let's drop that.
offended, but I meant no harm whatsoever. We wanted a black donor. Like I was just like, what? People take things and run with it. And it's, I'm like, what? People who know me know that I didn't mean any harm. So if I offended anybody, I do apologize, but it was a joke between me and my wife and the doctor. Like, we joke like that. We play around. So it wasn't meant to be offensive in any way.
You know, when I knew it was real and it was impacting you, first of all, you're carrying a child and you don't need this kind of stress in your life.
Mm-hmm.
You have all these complications. But when I knew it was real and I wanted to call you, when you posted that Instagram, every time I see Judy, she is perfection. She's a beauty mogul. You had laid bare. There was no makeup. There was the hair. And I said,
once again, this is I didn't mean to cut it off, y'all, but I'm choking in my neck because it's full of apology and mercy and consider you was pregnant. You shouldn't have been going through that. And well, it was just a joke. Nobody cares about you, man. Nobody cares about black people. If Christ did not go on that cross, you would never make it out of this place because nobody cares about you. But they having this woman denigrated the very man that brought her into this world and every other brother and got caught. And because of it, the world comes out to support her and love her and forgive her. And the heck with how destructive her words were to brothers. And if I could add one last other quick one, this is the part here that, boils my brain. You become a multi-millionaire entertainer with millions of dollars and tons of resources. And you want to bring, first of all, it's all off what you're doing anyway. But on top of that, you go out and bring in another nation's kid. Like you done got so bad that even when you don't have to, you hate black men so much, the Esau come up with a way where you don't even have to have a black man to have the baby. You don't even need him no more. You got money like them, you just pay the fee, he'll put it in a test tube for you since you hate black men so much. Still don't take a black man. You still bring in the heathen's child. Monsters. Come on, General, please.
That show she's on, that's a woman called Tamron Hall.
Hall, yep, old school news
Tamron
report.
Hall, her baby is also white.
Of course.
Her husband is white, and the baby is white. And the whole controversy, if I could, sir, is because the brat was talking about how she's a 48-year-old woman who went down to have in vitro fertilization because that was the only way she can get pregnant at 48.
Right.
And so they have a list. When you go down there to buy your sperm, it's a whole list. And like profiles, you can look at the father's pictures.
See how your kid gonna come out.
Your kid gonna look. She said all of the black men look like cockroaches. And what's terrible is she said this was a private joke between me, my wife, and my doctor. I hope that doctor was black. Because if that doctor was a white man, that she laughed and said, white doctor, I don't want any black donors because all the black people look like cockroaches. I would love to know if her doctor was white or black. I don't know if we can find that out.
I mean, that would be Tawada.
Please.
That would be great, Tawada. That would be great to know, because let me tell you something. First of all, she was not joking. Don't nobody joke about that in a doctor's office. You understand? Don't nobody joke about they all look like. Don't nobody use the term cockroaches, except for Edomites.
It's so racist. Because cockroaches are brown.
Yes.
So it's like she has internalized racism.
Yes.
Like she hates black people.
Woo.
And she's going to birth a white baby into this world because she hates black people. But she wants us to love the gay community. This gay community doesn't seem like they know how to love anybody back. That's what it seems like to me, sir.
I think you are.
Seems like they want a lot of love, the gay community.
Yes, they do.
They want us to accept them, love them. If your child was gay, let's say if you found out one day your child was gay, they expect you to love your child.
Yes.
Even though your child is gay. But they will not love their child if it's black. So I have to love a gay child. But lesbians don't have to love a black child. I think I'll choose who I love.
Damn.
Just like a gay person.
Right.
Just like a gay person.
Right.
I think I will choose who I love because I at least have the same rights as a gay woman.
That's right. And if you so happen to say, as General Muhammad, teacher of the breakdown class, if you just happen to be in class one day and break Commander General Yahanna's off orders by saying all gay people are cockroaches, I think there might be a little backlash. Like we might have to be upset with you, General. Like we might have to be like, General Muhammad, you shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be calling all gay people cockroaches. Like the brat did. You see how wicked this is, man? Like what you saying is so right. This is mad wicked, man. Oh, I knew TikTok was gonna get me. That's all right. I'm sorry. It was all me. I knew not to say.
Always this topic.
No, but I knew I wasn't supposed to say it, but I could not help myself. You know why I couldn't help myself? Because listen, she got to say it about us and she get love. Like everybody's supposed to forgive her, just like you saying. But the minute I say it, we getting clipped on TikTok. Like this is, let me tell you something. We still live. Oh, we got another TikTok here. Okay. But still like this is evil. This is evil on a spiritual level. You know how this is evil? This is evil like Sodom and Gomorrah when the angels came. It was like they was coming with righteousness, right? But the spirit of the city refused that righteousness. The spirit of the city was trying to force them to join in this lasciviousness they was doing in the city. And it was like the angels had to blind them to stop their desire to keep this evil going in the city. That's what she just did. That's what she just did by making the statement she made. The statement, like, remember, the LGBTQRX, LMNOP, QRXTYUTZ, whatever. Remember, their whole thing was being recognized, right or wrong. Their whole thing was being able to call themselves whatever adjectives and pronouns they wanted to, right or wrong. And then the same community, the minute they get a leg up, the first thing they do is turn us into cockroaches. Like that is an evil, evil spirit that does not want to be recognized. And of course, they came on this show to be given love, to be given, like her career is supposed to be over. We're supposed to be disgusted by her. We're supposed to be disgusted by them. We're supposed to be like, yo, we're supposed to be, no, we're supposed to be like, we're supposed to be like them Edomites with Colin Kaepernick when they was breaking up his jersey and burning his sneakers. We're supposed to be doing that with her CDs. We're supposed to be breaking up her CDs and saying later for you, bruh, we cockroaches? later for you. You understand? This is what we think of you. Boom. Not harm nobody, but that should have been the end of her career. Her show is supposed to get canceled. It's supposed to be all over Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. But once again, the evil spirit of this place wants that life to be recognized. So even if while they live in this alternative lifestyle, they calling our black men cockroaches, it's still accepted. It's still accepted. It's still not too much. But if you see what happened on TikTok just now, right? Just now on TikTok, all I did was say what they say. Resume live. Yep. Nice going, you died. The water. Like all I did was repeat what they said and said if you was in class and said that, it would be a problem. And yes, it is a problem. Brother, listen, man. The Lord give you this truth. The Lord give you this truth. You hold on to this truth like granite. You understand? You get hardcore. You get hardcore for this truth. You make it the bedrock of your life. Because otherwise, this place is slowly sucking the soul out of people. Listen, in so much, if I could, that Lot rolled with Abraham. He knew what was right and wrong. That's why he told the men, listen, don't mess with these men, man. Take my daughters. But the spirit of evil was so heavy on Sodom and Gomorrah that Lot sinned against the Lord. That Lot gave his daughters to be ravished and raped just to stop the greater evil that they really wanted to do. That's what he wanted to do. And at the end of the night, his daughters were still there. But look how wicked it was, to the point where Lot was worn out and was like, look, just take my daughters then. Don't do this evil thing to these men. Like, that's how evil, when really Lot should have been like, y'all ain't supposed to do that. Everybody back up off my doorstep. You ain't supposed to do it. He ain't supposed to have to give up his own daughters. What kind of madness is that? And his only 2 daughters. He ain't got no sons. He down there with 2 daughters and his wife. He dealing with 3 women, and he go and give his daughters up because the spirit of the place was so evil that it had to be satisfied with something. Like that demon that was on that city had to have something to satisfy its evil lust. And that's what's happening in this empire. And that's why she used the term cockroaches. And brother, that's also why them angels told Lot, step back, nigga. We're going to show you how to do this. Look at her. We're going to show you how to do this. And blinded them like they did. Like, that's why the Lord was so vicious on them. Because that's how strong that spirit is. And here's what you got to understand. Once again, like I mentioned earlier, you can't be a part of this empire even if you wanted to. You're going to always be separate from it. And there's a reason for it. Because your real job is to always come up against that evil. You the guy that's supposed to always be against that evil. That is insanely wicked what they did. And let me tell you something. She said it was a joke among that they do all the time. Isn't that what she said? Yes, sir. Which means, Yes, which means them two in that lifestyle are always trashing black men. That it ain't just that incident. They said they do it all the time. Meaning it's a regular thing with them to trash. And listen, and even if you thought that the images he gave you were ugly, or whatever the case may be, you would require him to give you better images because this would have been your goal. Like if I go in there and I'm gonna have an intro videoization or whatever it is, and the images of the women that they showing me ain't up to par, I'm not gonna say don't give me none of them women because they look like cockroaches. I'm gonna say these ain't up to par. Give me another set of women. But what did they do? They went and brought in a heathen. And listen, brother, you ain't gonna tell me that don't anger the Lord on another level. All that blessing you got in this kingdom, and your desire is to bring a heathen in. Shalom says, your desire is to bring a heathen in. Crazy, man. Crazy. Salakia.
Right. Like you said, they could have requested a light-skinned brother.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was a dark-skinned, light-skinned thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? How there was so many black people caught up in it. You understand? They dark skinned, they look like cockroaches, but she
Woo.
just skipped right over the rest of the brothers, like you
Yes.
said, and went straight to give me him, give me Brad Pitt, give me
Right.
Tom Cruise,
Right. And we ain't talking about no cheap thing. This is an expensive thing to do. So it ain't like you go in there and they just, we got a limited number of donors. This is all we talking about a lot of money here. You can go get whatever you want. The cat could look like a Martian if you want. They're gonna go find him. You know what I'm saying? So she got no excuse, man. That was evil. And if I could, the Black and Latino and Native Indian community, we got to be better at charging these celebrities, man, that do evil towards us. And when I say charge them, I don't mean harm them in any way. What I'm talking about is boycotting them and cutting them off and blacklisting them. Paul said this. Y'all give it to me. Where he spoke about how if there be one among you that's disobedient, to separate from them. Mark them that cause division. That's what Paul said. That applies to them. Like the brat in them should be marked, and they should be divided from us. They should be looked at like these are the people who don't do the right thing when it comes to us, who embarrass us, who denigrate our men. So get the hell up out of here. That's what we're supposed to be able to do. Like that's what they did. Colin Kaepernick took a knee for black men that was being murdered by the cops. They banished him from their white world. They banished him. Why we can't banish some of these Negroes, man? Like we don't even have the proclivity to banish some of these people. You know what I mean? Some of them should be ousted like, yo, he ain't down with us. Should be looked at as, go and make your money with Esau and live among him and have his children or whatever the hell you trying to do out there because you not for us. And that'll make the ones that come up know, well, I better watch my mouth. I ain't going to offend them because this offends us. You know how many young kids listen to this woman's music and have listened to it for years? And how many of them are going to see and hear about this? And how many of them are going to laugh and joke and agree with her? How many are going to do that? Because she said it. Because they like her music. So they're going to begin to hate black men as well. These offenses are looked at as lightly, but these are big offenses. And certainly we should take a lesson from the other nations because they make sure they defend themselves when you. So go ahead and say something about the so-called you know what. Oh, and say something about him and his culture and all of that. Oh, my God. It'd be a national emergency. They talking about it. It's on the news stations. They listen, what's his name? The ball player from Brooklyn.
Kyrie Irving.
He read a book.
That's it. Recommended a book.
Oh, my God. He recommended a book and had to pay $500,000 because he recommended a book that was offensive to them. She gets to get on the air and denigrate all black men and call them cockroaches.
And they say, oh, you're so stressed. They cater to her.
Yeah. And say, you're having a baby. You're stressed. Nobody should be angry with you for saying it's an abomination. Please.
And what Commander General Yohanna is saying goes to the root of why black people cannot have success in America. Because you're so busy about, you care about supporting things when you don't realize how support is nothing if you can't take support away from something else.
Yeah.
If you can't take support away, then support doesn't even matter. Like I'll give you a dollars and cents problem with what DeBrat says. If it becomes to be a notion that black sperm donors are not desirable from parents,
wow,
and you know what's going to happen, right? Then black sperm donors are not going to make any money. Right. Their sperm is not going to be in demand, which means that's going to be another business gone.
That's right.
Another industry going. Now, black sperm is going to be worthless. No one will want it. So now what will you do when DeBrat's baby is born? Will you celebrate it? Will you congratulate her? Will you say her baby is beautiful? Because if you say DeBrat's baby is beautiful, and if you congratulate her, you are going to kill the right for any black man to make money in that crazy business. I mean,
that's right.
It's still a business, and people are They ain't doing it for free.
You right.
So if you want black sperm donors to make money, you have to cancel the brat and you have to cancel her baby. You cannot celebrate it. You cannot congratulate her. You cannot say the baby is beautiful. That's the biggest one, Mayat.
That's right.
Anyone who says that is a beautiful baby, you are making sure that black sperm donors do not make any money. Now, you can take this to every profession.
Yeah.
Like if you celebrate people that you know their success is the detriment of our success. If they succeed, we fail.
Yeah.
If you celebrate them, you are celebrating our failure. Right. You can't just uplift people and congratulate them. You have to cancel people. And canceling is such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole new thing that never makes its way around to us.
That's right.
Like people are supposed to get canceled.
That's right.
I mean, ostracized. And that's old school biblical practice.
Yeah.
To make them a Gentile.
Yeah.
To just throw them away where they're gone. Nobody's allowed to talk to them.
Yeah.
You better not call them. You
Yeah.
better not make them your friend.
Yeah.
You cannot come unto them.
That's right.
That is biblical, man. And you have to cancel the brat. You got to cancel Jay-Z. You have to. You cannot support Colin Kaepernick if you won't cancel Jay-Z. Why is football being played now like nothing ever happened? Because you supported Colin Kaepernick, but you wouldn't cancel Jay-Z.
Right.
Which means the game is on. And they're playing the game, and who gives a damn who shoots you?
That's right.
So lucky, sir.
That's so heavy, Stocky. Jeremiah
give it
is
up.
the best. Listen, the Most High I've been canceling since Genesis. I shall cut thee off.
That's right.
If you do this, I will cut you off.
That's right.
That is canceling.
That's right. Yeah, that's heavy. Lord was the first one doing cancel. And if I could too, let's not miss the whole psychological problem that comes with that. Like you do that to us and it goes unchallenged, then everybody gets to hate us. That's why you think we walk around hating each other? They talk about we got too much self-hate. Yeah, you're right, because it is. Because now every young girl gonna be like, I don't want no black boy for my boyfriend. I'm gonna get me a white boy. Like she don't want a cockroach. Why would she? And you being a celebrity with the influence you have, you just designated black babies as cockroaches. You understand? And didn't apologize enough about it and in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But that's okay. As we raise up these 12 tribes, we'll raise up a new breed of brothers and sisters. And then somebody like that will put something like that up there, and then it'll be millions of people saying, nah, you cancel, you done. You know what I mean? Just like the millions of people supported that Edomite for strangling that brother to death, because that's what they believed in. Because guess what? Their leaders are filling their culture with self-love. Your leaders are filling your culture with self-hate. And that's why you don't have it. And the problem is you don't think it's that important. And here's why. Because you don't have a nation. Because y'all out there, come on, TikTok, Facebook, you know I'm not lying. Our people out here do not know their nation. And because you don't know your nation, you don't care about a nation. You don't care about an identity. So you don't care what happens. But you're going to learn how important it is. Every other nation is learning. White supremacists just marched through Washington, D.C., saying life, liberty, and what was the other one? They were saying marching something like, go ahead. Life, liberty, and victory. Like they care about themselves. They care about where their lives are going. They care about what their future is as a people. What about us? What about us? Do we care about it? You better man the hell up and start caring about it. Go ahead, General.
That was so manly. I think Jeremiah talked about this in the past couple of weeks. That victory. Like they ain't fighting for equality.
Right.
And they ain't fighting to be like nobody. They want to win.
Right.
They in the game to win, like we all supposed to be.
That's right. That's so true, huh? So true.
If I could, too, the Bible says every creature, care for his own kind, his own like, and they choose their own like. And this is what you're saying right here. And the reason why she's doing that, like you said, she don't know who her nation is, man.
Yeah.
Because your leaders done lied to you and told you all kind of lies and filth, and you're trying to integrate with a society that's not yours. It never was meant to be yours. But you're trying to do it, man. Like if everybody really find out that they Israelites, that being an Israelite, you got certain laws and customs you got to follow. That's belong to you as a people. You know what I mean? And you would choose your own kind. If I could, so can I get the scripture? Let me get Tobit 4 and 12 real fast, quickly. Quickly, you die. This is as clear cut as it can say. And when it says son, think about sisters as well. Because in this instance, she would have got a veto fertilization. You know what I mean? Meaning she got sperm put inside her body from a whole different nation. And that's what God got to say about things like that happening, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
Care about your own. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, sir. Tobit chapter 4 and verse 12. Beware of all whoredom.
The Lord said, beware of being a whore, man. And when he's talking about whoring to these other nations, go ahead.
Honorable Khan, my son, and chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy father.
And that go both ways, for the man and for the woman. For a man, you get a wife of your own nation. For a sister, you get a husband of your own nation. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, sir. And take not a strange woman to wife.
Go ahead.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, for we are the children of the prophets.
Go ahead.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Did you miss the part where it said the seed?
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
See that? Take a wife and take a husband of the seed of thy fathers.
Doritos.
She took the seed of another nation. Yeah. And this our seed can save them like roaches. Ain't that something? You know, why is that able to happen? Because you don't know who you are. Like you don't know that you are God's chosen people. You know you them 12 tribes, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. You the real Hebrew Israelites. Because of that, you ain't doing what the Lord said do here. It's a law. Lord said the Lord got it in the Bible for a reason. For us to be this certain way. You understand?
Yeah, I'm right.
You understand? That's what the Lord is saying to do, man.
Hey, bring the whole thing.
You understand? To be that way. You understand? To be that way. All right? Continue reading.
Honorable Khan, sir. And take not a strange woman to wife.
Go ahead.
Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Go ahead.
For we are the children of the prophets.
We the children of the prophets, man. Your bloodline, if you're a Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, and your forefathers here came in slavery, your slaves, descendants of slaves, you are the children of the prophets, not nobody else. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, sir. Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
We took wives and husbands of our own kindred, man. That's very important. That's how you keep your bloodline going. They know by doing what they're doing right now with this whole movement, now you X out the brothers, man. You X them out where they ain't keeping that same nationality going forward. You understand me? Like you Xing out the same ones who the Lord put in here to keep the seed of a nation going. Is what she did. You understand? Like how GEN.YAHANNA said, now, even if a brother did, give money or give to that, abusive fertilization garbage and get paid from it, he won't no more because ain't nobody going to choose him.
Yep.
They're not going to choose him now.
Yep.
Because you chose the seed of another nation that put inside your body, man.
She just ended that business.
Yeah.
You know, man.
Cut on my cut. Cut on my cut. You can drop it in front of it, you die.
If I may, sir, I just wanted to point something out. What y'all was bringing out is so heavy, sir. If I may, just like they've been canceled, just like the Lord been canceling since Genesis, they've been trying to cancel us since Exodus, since Genesis, all the way up until now. I want to know something. Like when they going to cancel the alternative lifestyle?
There you go.
Because you could cancel Israelite in a second. You take a knee because you don't like injustice, or he's canceled. You say you a Jew, Kanye West, well, you canceled. But what has listen, the alternative lifestyle have went to children and convinced children that they don't even know how to tie their shoe that they should learn about drag. They can say your baby look like a cockroach. The alternative lifestyle can kill women in Mexico. Nobody cancels the alternative lifestyle at all. The alternative lifestyle says that your little boy, he should cut his braids and now he should wear a dress because his dad is a famous basketball player. Now it's fine. Mom, a famous actress. Now it's fine. Nobody has ever tried to cancel the alternative lifestyle, no matter the numerous offenses they have did to everybody. But you could cancel Israelite, over just the recommendation of a book, not for a murder,
right?
Not for influencing children to do things that they, sexualizing kids,
Right.
Not for any of the things.
He recommend a book.
Khan, sir.
And like you saying, and they end him, which show you it's the spirit of this place. And if I could add to what you, Salaki, was you done? I didn't mean to cut you off. Like what I was going to just add to what you were saying is so heavy because they've been protesting for years to be recognized because they saying they didn't want to be discriminated against. They wanted to be included like everybody else. That's why they had all them acronyms. That's why it's LGBT, meaning all these alternative lifestyles. We want them to be recognized. We want them to be included. And then once they got included, now they ready to eliminate others. Which show you it was never about that. It was a demon seeking to wipe everybody else out. So what you saying is so right, Op. So right. Go ahead, Op.
Salaki, sir, if I may, they even did a mass shooting and got away with that. Alternative lifestyle.
That was in fact, it was an alternative lifestyle. Go ahead. You was gonna say something, you died, Salaki.
I was going to add, if I may,
doing that.
If I may, so what Officer Morale was saying was so heavy. Like that's what happened down there, and I believe it was in Uvalde, Texas. You know what I mean? When he went down there in that school,
right?
Esau and them sat outside and did not want to go in there and confront him.
Did not want to. And then what about the one in the club? Wasn't there one in the club?
There was one in the Asian community. He was definitely alternative.
That's right.
Yeah.
Like they doing mass shootings. They had 2 or 3 mass shootings. And meanwhile, ain't nobody canceling that. So now our culture got to get canceled. Like once again, if I could, Salaki General, once again, it don't matter what it is. You let anything in, it always is going to result with wiping you out. Because that's really the goal of the whole place. The goal of this whole place is to get rid of the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. It was the goal in ancient Egypt. And it was the goal in Assyria. It was the goal in the Babylonian Empire. It was the goal in the Greeks Empire. That's why we became Hellenists. We became Hellenists because they wiped out our identity and tried to assimilate us into the Greek and Roman culture. It's been the case since we've been here. And here it is yet again. And it's insane. Salaki. What? Sorry, General.
No, this was sorry. Give me a hand. Most time correct.
Damn right.
I was just going to see if you want to get into, but because of the time, you want to get into the Ja Morant.
Please. Yeah, that's another big story.
Please.
Let's do it, please.
I can probably brief General Yohanna on it if you want
Please.
to while you're looking. If I could, sir. Now, Ja Morant is a very famous basketball player.
Okay.
Now, he's had incidents in the past similar to this one.
Okay.
But this is what has happened this week. He's young, 20, something like that, right? He's in the car listening to hip-hop music with his friends. One of his friends goes live.
Okay.
He's in the car, they're jumping up and down, dancing, listening to, I think, some man named NBA Youngboy, which I hear about.
Okay.
They're listening to him. Ja Morant pulls a gun out briefly.
Okay.
And then puts it away.
Okay.
Now, this is what he did similarly. He had similar incidents like this in the past. And the internet exploded. He got suspended for, I think, all the games. They said he's probably estimated to lose $39 million because he flashed his gun on Instagram. And, of course, Stephen A. Smith, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal was all saying they're done with him. They can't stand him. They're sick of him. And what I was trying to just understand the whole week is, why can't you show a gun when guns are legal? And in the South, everyone has a gun. He, of course, plays for Memphis.
And they have full-out shooting competitions. With
Everyone in Memphis has a gun. What did this kid do that was so crazy? I did a little research. The #1 movie in this week was Guardians of the Galaxy. Let me show you something. Let me show you what the kids are going to buy this week. Guardians of the Galaxy. And this is one of the characters from Guardians of the Galaxy. His name is Groot. This is a toy.
Damn.
That they're selling from the movie Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3.
Bring that up,
This
y'all.
is a toy for 8-year-old kids.
Bring that up, Morale, if you can. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you keep it up? 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't see it
Can-
that
can
much.
I-
Yeah,
don't
there you
see
go.
it? Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He has 8 guns.
This is in a movie. This is the #1 movie right now. Maybe John Morant saw Guardians of the Galaxy, or maybe he plays video games, or maybe he saw Captain America, or maybe he watches any movie.
That's right.
Every movie, the hero solves his problems with a gun. Why does America glorify guns? Look at it. Look at this. Look at this raccoon. This is my.
I don't know if you can play that on.
Oh,
on
damn.
the, yeah.
Salaki.
I don't know if you can play that on the show.
Salaki, don't play. Show the image if you could of the
Yeah.
raccoon. Just giving it. The raccoon in the movie.
Killing.
He's mowing down the evildoers. He's mowing down the villains. And that's in every movie that has ever been made since James Cagney.
Yeah.
You know what the problem with John Morant is? He's American.
That's it.
That's his fault. His fault is that he grew up in America and he's a kid that likes guns.
Wait a minute. If I could.
Please, sir.
Let me get it all the way right for you.
Please, sir.
He's a black kid that grew up in America.
Salaki, give him a hand.
Yeah,
Yeah, because Groot can. Ain't nothing wrong with Groot having a gun. If you can't, don't worry about the thing I asked for.
You could turn
Just
on.
show the Groot.
You could turn on YouTube right now and see hundreds of videos of kids shooting guns in gun range. But those kids are not black kids. Like really, what they mad at is him glorifying the whole black gun culture. Like you can glorify the white gun culture.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you, if he was at a gun range with some Caucasians and had rifles and guns and pistols, and they were shooting at the range and target practice him, wouldn't be an incident.
Killing ducks,
Right? They kill birds,
defending their home,
slaughtering pigs. You get them videos all on YouTube. You go out there with machine guns and slaughter pigs on air, and YouTube won't say a thing. Good night. Can you show that image that you just put up with the They said Dick Cheney went out hunting and killed 300 geese.
Dick Cheney shot his friend in the face by accident.
He was killing. He was out there killing. He killed some. He killed so many ducks. He smoked. He shot his homie. His homie got in the way.
He was like the raccoon.
Yeah,
he was mowing them.
Yeah. Like he had killed 300. Like how you shoot your boy after you done shot 300? You shot 300. You think you winding down now? Like it's 300 dead goose out there. Woo! Not him.
No,
He gonna shoot you too. Damn.
So I got one more clip you should see
Come
about
on.
John Murray. This is a congressman.
Mm-hmm.
You got that one? You die? This is a United States congressman. This is after all. Now remember, this year has been 199 mass shootings in America. This year, they went and interviewed the congressman because they started to discuss passing a bill to ban the AR-15 rifle because it's the rifle of choice of mass shooters. And so this congressman made a video. Can you put it up on the screen for Commander GEN.YAHANNA? You die? Do you have it? No. But this is the one with the congressman. Made a video. He was on CNN.
He was on CNN.
He was on CNN, sir. And he said, Joe Biden, I hear you talking about banning the AR-15. He grabbed the AR-15 off the wall. Do you have the video? Is better if you have the video. Bro, you can't.
That's
do it.
crazy.
He grabbed the AR-15 off the wall. He said, "Come get this one."
Damn. He said that to the president of the United States.
The president of the United States. He threatened to kill him.
Damn. Damn.
Play.
Can you play? Is this a news channel or something?
This is from the news. Yes, if that makes sense.
No.
Okay.
CNN is good because it's a news channel. What? We good to go? Oh man, this one says. Oh no.
I've done my jamming.
No. We good. There you go.
Nice and loud.
Yeah, he just threatened. The president. He just threatened the president of the United States if he tried to come get his gun.
He didn't lose any endorsements.
No, he did not.
He didn't lose his paycheck for being a congressman. He
did
just
not.
threatened to kill the president. Oh, yeah. If you wondered if the NRA is supporting John Morant, zero support. To help him, that's that. America tells you to love guns. And then if you show one, you lose your job. Here's if the NBA had any cojones, huevos, every NBA player would show their gun.
Yeah.
Every
and they got plenty.
Every legal, law-abiding gun owner that plays for the NBA is supposed to go on TikTok and show their gun because it's legal and they're free. You should do and don't tell me, I don't want to hear no garbage about you signed a contract that says you can't do it. There's also a contract that says you can't kneel either. That was in the contract.
Wow.
But you're not supposed to kneel. Everybody went out there and kneeled until the God of hip hop, Jay-Z, told you to stop. Now you should go out there and show a gun on Instagram Live, or else you're not men that need to be respected. You're not free at all if you sit there and let white people give you a Negro rule.
Right.
A rule that is solely for you to keep.
And not them.
And no one else has to keep it at all. The congressman doesn't have to keep it. Groot doesn't have to keep it. No one has to keep it. And Groot is for children, for 8-year-old boys. How in the hell is John Moran supposed to grow up here and not like guns?
It's America.
Isn't he American?
That's America.
That's American to like guns. How are you supposed to live in Mississippi and not like guns? In Memphis.
Imagine that.
In Texas. In Florida.
Well, you don't even need a gun license.
My God, it's open carry. Everyone can have a gun legally. Isn't he an American? Can he be an American citizen? How is this illegal? How is this wrong? And there are black people online, sir, that are acting like, he's evil because he showed a gun. And let me give you their reason. The all-time black reason. I'm from the tribe of Judah, sir. Let me give you the good reason to hate any black person. He put money at risk. If you do anything that risks your job or some money or a paycheck, you are wicked as hell because you lost money doing that.
Mariah, I hope you caught the part when he said your job.
You can't do that, sir. Your job tell you to crawl on your belly. You better do it because
you're so right.
Money, Judites, it's like culturally, we can't do anything that goes against money. If it goes against money, we as a tribe consider it evil. Not illegal because it's not.
That's all the
but
tribe.
Okay. Evil. If you do something.
Like you go against your job as a Benjamite, you're going to be banished from the whole. Your stuff going to be at the airport. They'll put you off the island. He did what? He lost his job. Doing what? Drinking? Your mama gonna put you out. Your mama gonna put you in the street. So all the tribes, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna put you out.
Sir,
right.
The blacks and Latinos, you cannot be free if you don't risk your job.
Right.
It's part of it. It's always been since the Pullman's Union and the bus boys.
Yeah.
You have to risk money. Now, if somebody has to risk money, let a millionaire risk it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get 39 million, he'll have to find a way to live on 100 million.
Right.
He'll have to eat rice so he can live on 100 million he made last year. If a millionaire can't risk money, who in the hell can?
Right.
You have to be willing to risk money. Guess what? The men who they put on dollars and make monuments to, they risk money.
They sure did.
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, they risked their lives.
And they were wealthy.
And they were wealthy men, and they risked it all to become the gods in America. You telling me you want to be free and you can't risk a check, an endorsement deal? Stay a slave. You should be a slave. If you cannot risk an endorsement deal, then you should be a slave, because Thomas Jefferson and George Washington, they would have been hung as traitors. They risked it all. And because of that, now we all have to pray to them on President's Day.
That's right.
But you want to be free? and you can't risk an endorsement deal, stay a slave then. So like you said.
And if I could just add one small point, and $39 million for 2 seconds of flashing a gun out, $39 million. Like, these people are ridiculous out. They not finding nobody for that. Are you kidding? We the only ones they finding for that. It's like, once again, you got to keep black people in line. You got to keep them in line and keep them behaving. And the minute they step out, go bananas. And this is that book, $1 Million Slave. That's a true story, because that's insane. $39 million because he flashed a gun that is legal in the state that he lives in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be positively black. And here's what's beautiful about it: if it was really handled the right way. This man is a celebrity ball player, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what if he turned that into flashing them guns for what was right and against what was wrong? What if he was flashing one of them guns in a video of one of these brothers in the UPK that are dropping these super positive songs? The reason they can't have that is because you might start looking at who's really oppressing you. You understand? You might get out of the mindset that, you know, you got to hate another brother. You might get in the mindset that, you know what, we should protect ourselves from that man. You might get in that mind, and they can't have. That's why you got to take 39 million from, because they can't have you getting into that mindset. Like, this is like, once again, brothers and sisters out there, TikTok, man, Facebook, come on, man. Listen, you got to have your own mind. You can't have them. That's why the truth is so beautiful and the Bible's so great. You can't have society dictate what you think about, what you like, what you don't like. You can't be a person that goes with the crowd. You got to be a person that looks at everything and weighs it. Like, that was give it up for General Mind. That was another heavy point. Like, it was so heavy, and I know this is not in the black ether. That was so heavy how you looked at him carrying a gun so differently than the way black people are looking at him on this video. Like, you looking at this video and saying, I don't see what the problem is. He's flashing a gun. There's a million videos on YouTube with millions of views of Caucasians with guns, with their little children with guns. They talk about all that, be careful with guns, the danger of guns. They out there with their little babies with guns, teaching them how to break guns down and put them back together. They on there making illegal guns. There's videos right now on YouTube of them making plastic illegal guns. They call them ghost guns, right? Yeah. There's videos about it. They got videos on YouTube where Edomites, kids, making flamethrowers, homemade grenade throwers. Like, they making weapons, rockets, all kinds of stuff at home on YouTube. Ain't nobody banning none of them. He flashed that weapon for 2 seconds, and $39 million they ready to take from him. And what if he channeled that the right way? What if he was in one of them raps and told everybody, if you're going to get one, get it to protect your family. Keep mama safe. Like, I can't wait to hear them videos. You know what I'm saying? I carry the gat to keep mama safe or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to hear them videos, because eventually they're going to come around. And, brother, that's going to take off, because guess what? We instinctively know that that's who we are. We protect this. Black men are the most masculine men on the earth. Black men, West Indian men, Native Indian men, Latino brothers, the machismo. Right. We the most masculine men on the earth. You understand? And so we would naturally look at what we supposed to be protecting, what we supposed to be watching over. And it would be a natural progressive. Once again, Moses got us out in the wilderness, and in 40 years, we was a brand new nation. The same would happen to us here, because a brother would turn around and be like, look, let's, I want to make a song that's positive about taking care of my woman, or watching over my kids, or building my nation, or being positive with my people, or not being abused. You better not make no song speaking up against the very people that murder you in a car stop. I.S.U.P.K did that 40 years ago, and it almost wiped his career out. He made that song about how to kill the cops when we was kids. That was 35, 40 years ago. You understand? And he made that song, and the song was a huge hit. Why? Because people related to the song. But meanwhile, they turned around like that was evil as could be, when he was talking about a real thing that was going on. And Colin Kaepernick had to bring it up 40 years later. But meanwhile, those things you can't show. you can't show. And like you said, we got to push up against that, man. We got to identify as a man. Don't let another nation identify what you should and should not stand for. You let the Lord define it, TikTok. You let the Most High define what it is that is right and wrong. Don't let nobody tell you, like they telling you that you got to accept alternative lifestyles. And meanwhile, the alternative lifestyle is calling you a cockroach now. Now you don't accepted this alternative lifestyle, which you knew you shouldn't have. And now guess what? You a cockroach to that alternative lifestyle, which is once again why you should have accepted it in the first place. Why you should have stood on your ground like that's not right. Don't care how much they like it. Be a man like that. And that's what I love about the U.P.K, man. I don't have to like what somebody else like. I don't have to take their gods. I don't have to agree with their position. All I got to do is follow the law in this empire, and I can teach the Lord's word to the hilt because I don't have to think like them. And thinking like them is really thinking like a slave. You know what I mean? Think clear, man. You know what I mean? Salakia.
Yes, sir.
So that's it, right? It's a wrap. Hey, man, I want to thank the heavy hitters, man, for coming in and supporting us in here tonight. I want to thank Moran Yadai, man, doing an excellent job up in here. We all TikTok and Facebook and Instagram up, man. Big shout out to y'all. Hey, listen, man, I want to tell you, man, pay your tithes. Pay your tithes. ISUPK.com is the website. Drop them 10%, man, to the Lord. Let the Lord get his funds so we can do all that we try to do in the work of the Lord. And we got a lot on the table, man, a lot coming up. So support us, man, in every way that you can in this truth. Join us every Monday night. We do it up live here with all the heavy hitters in the building, man. I want to thank everybody for coming out, man. Y'all did us up real right this time on all the different social medias, man. I'm Commanding General Yahanna. I'll see you next time live on the U.P.K, y'all. Shalom.
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m.